How's it going? We're back in the old school Let's Play world. You might notice things look a little different around here. The green grass just wasn't doing it for me. There's something about the way the bright green just like clashed with this like really medieval brick style. So I just replaced it all with coarse dirt. What do you think? I mean, it needs a lot more texture work and stuff, but I think this looks better than the grass did. Hopefully you agree. But anyway, what are we doing today? Honestly, this was kind of one of the big first steps, is I really wanted to get this grass changed out because I don't know what it was, but I couldn't get like a feel for what this like mining colony felt like with this like bright green. It was totally just like disrupting my brain, if that makes sense. But now that we have this like nice muddy medieval floor, that's gonna work much better. I still want to mix like packed mud in here, and I want to mix some like the darker mud blocks around the edges and like wet spots. But I needed to get like a base canvas down to this coarse dirt at least for now, so that while we're building up the area, we've got something a little less vibrant to look at. These are a hard mineral mining, rock picking people, so they need to have their area be a little less pretty and, you know, lively. Today we build the gatehouse to our little sidewind path over here. I've been really like excited to get this closed in because that will really lock in the borders all the way around the city. And then instead of doing another build this episode, because I don't think this is going to take me too long, hopefully, I think I want to find a trial chamber and get some wind charges. We don't use our elytra very much around here, but it would be nice to have some wind charges to do some big jumps, because it is nice having the elytra to like get on top of builds or get on top of walls when you're working on building stuff. I think wind charges will kind of be like a nice intermediate for us. And they're a little less overpowered if you ask me anyway. Plus farming them is a pretty decent effort, so you know, it's a hard to get and a decent reward item, so I think I want to get wind charges. First thing we're going to build is this little gatehouse. I think I want to go diagonal build. Originally, I was going to do similar to these like square gatehouses, but I think this is going to be more like an unguarded pathway, because I really want to keep this like nice flow through here to the valley. And I'm thinking like this is like a nice, pretty manicured fantasy area in the future. And they wouldn't need like a big brutal gate to defend from that, I wouldn't think. So just like a small little diagonal gate right here with an opening. And then, I don't know, I don't think it's going to even have like a door on it. It might just be like an archway opening, but we'll see as I kind of start putting blocks down. And I want it to go diagonal, I think, which is a little bit scary for me. I am definitely not a diagonal builder. Probably should have put the coarse dirt over to here or something too, because if we go diagonal, it's going to kind of run to that. We'll see. We got to put some blocks down and see what it's going to look like first, but I think that's what we're going to work on first. Let's get a gate in here. It's going to be similar block palette to the walls, a lot of stone brick, maybe some spruce wood, stuff like that. It's going to match the walls, right? Because it's part of the walls of the city. But again, it's going to be diagonal, and it's not going to be this same like pattern. It's going to be a very different pattern to the rest of the city. So let's start getting some blocks together. I think we need a bunch of bricks, which we should have plenty of stone. Spruce wood we should have plenty of. And then some like, I don't know, probably spruce fences and other like detail blocks. Let's head back over to Greg's Tavern and put a little supply box together. How's it going, Greg? Long time no see. Scruffy, you doing good? Probably get you some bones. It's been a while since we've really hung out. I don't really have time for a brew right now. I've got stuff going on, but you know, pretty soon I'm gonna get upstairs and start working on that bedroom. Let's get some materials together, throw them in this shulker box, and then head back over there and build ourselves a nice little gatehouse.
I fell apart 1,000 times. I'm tired of thinking it's raining, but something in your eyes is shining on me. You say it's time to let go. I say, where you going with my heart? I'm so afraid of getting lost. Tell me where you going with my heart. I say, where you going? Where you going? Where you going with my heart?
Could have been dreaming. It always felt so real till I woke up and lost all meaning.
And here it is. Pretty happy with how it came out. I still might mix up the block palette a little bit. It's a little bit stone bricky in some areas. I think we can mix in some like cracked bricks probably here and there. And maybe even like, sometimes I like to, let's see if I have any stone stairs in here. Sometimes I like to throw just like a random upside down stair just to get you like a little bit of depth. Is that too much? It's tricky because we're on a diagonal, right? So we need to mirror that. So let's see, this is the front. I think it would be this block. Don't mind this guy. I'm not sure where he came from, but he's here to stay, so enjoy the view. We'll throw a block there so you can't see. I don't know. I think that's worse. Maybe if we do one more. 1, 2 here. That would still give us just a little bit like that. It's not bad. Anyway, I want to play with it a little bit and try to get like a little bit more detail in here, but for now, I think this is, acceptable. A little bit of depth. Yeah, I think we could do a little bit more with like slabs and, it's the archway of the gate itself isn't too bad, but it is a little flat on top, I think. So maybe we could raise this up a little bit. It's a work in progress, but I think it gives us a nice little archway that leads to our valley here off into the distance. And that's what the goal was. This kind of helps complete our sealing in of the city. Now this city is totally bordered up and we can start throwing down some builds inside the walls. I do think I want to build I know I talked about building the jail, but I think I want to come build the residence for the workers first. I don't know, I just feel like it feels kind of weird to not have a place to sleep. I've been like sleeping in a bed over there underneath the iron farm, and I feel like I need to build either the town tavern or something that I can put like a bed in. Because in this world, I like to really treat it like I'm a person surviving in the world, which is why I ride my horse everywhere and I sleep at Greg's, but over here, there's really nowhere to sleep. And I don't really like throwing a bed down on the ground out here. I mean, I did it for the canyon build and like certain big builds, it's just practical if you're gonna be there for days and days and days grinding it out. But when you're doing stuff like this, it's nice to just walk over here to your bed, hop in, take a little rest. It kind of adds a little bit more atmosphere to the area if you have to like go to the bed, if that makes sense. Now I realize, once again, there's certain efficiencies, and yeah, I carry an ender chest with a bed in it if I really have to sleep and I don't want mobs to spawn. But it's kind of nice to like, oh, I have to go in there and lay in that bed to sleep. Or if I want to get my materials, I have to get on my horse and ride over to my trade area at Greg's house. So there's a little bit of like time cost, but not in a way that's like, I don't know. It's not in a way that makes me want to play the game less. It's just in a way that like adds more depth to the world. So instead of me just like placing blocks and painting in this, I mean, I could play creative mode if I was gonna play creative mode, right? But in this way, I'm able to like ride my horse and exist in the world that I'm making, if that makes sense. I want to experience it and explore it as much as I want you guys to see it and explore it, because I like being in it. Every time I come back to this world, I feel like I'm at home. And I feel like I have that feeling because I exist and live in it so much. That'll do for now. I think that's a pretty nice looking little gatehouse. I realize it's not the most fortified defensible thing, but I don't know. Maybe they're not a warring mining colony. Maybe they're so rich that they never really need to shut the gates. That's why there's no gate doors or anything. But I think this is a cool little piece. I think it'll look good from over on the wall or on top of the melon farm. So, and the next thing I want to do this episode is I want to find a trial so that we can set up a quick and dirty little breeze rod farm. Because like I said earlier, I think it would be really fun to have wind charges in our world, and I want to get some. So we need to go over to our little villagers in this rock. Or actually, I think we have a couple villagers left over in the woodcutter village that are like on, you know what? No, we should convert one of these guys. We got to get a little cartographer stable and see if we can get one of these guys to trade us a trial map. Like I was just saying, if we want to get a trial map, or if we want to get a cartographer stable, we got to run over to our storage. So we hop on Birdie and go for a nice little cruise. And this is what I'm talking about when I say like existing in the world. We built this beautiful path. We dug a canyon through the landscape. We built a bridge over it. Why not ride across it on your horse? All right. So we've been kind of stockpiling some emeralds from our melon and pumpkin farm over there. We've got a decent little pile in here. We've got a stack there, and I think I have another stack here in my inventory. And then we've got some pumpkins and melons here to get a few more emeralds. What's a cartography do? Oh, we probably have to make a map. Sugarcane. Oh, we're low on sugarcane. Not that that matters too much for us right now, but something of note. There it is, cartography table. You just need paper, it's not maps, okay. So there's our cartography table. Put that in there, that in there. So this, we can use this to convert the villagers, and then if we don't get the trade we want, then, you know, we can just try to convert another one. We'll bring some emeralds. Let's go trade these melons and pumpkins real quick. Do you have any more melons? 10. I think it's 9 melon slices to make one. There you go. Let's go trade these pumpkins and melons, get some more emeralds, and then head over to our little villager rock over there and see if we can get someone to trade us a trial map. Look at that. First try. Trial Explorer map. Oh, we need a compass. Whoops. Let's see. Hopefully we have... What is it, compass? Where did I put that? Did I make a crafting table a second ago? Gosh dang it. Well, first, Trial Explorer map. Bam. Just like that. This might be kind of far away. Obviously, this world was started before 1.21. Hopefully that doesn't actually like break these maps. I'm hoping this isn't going to point me to where it would have generated one. And it's pointing me to one that actually exists, but we're about to figure that part out. We don't need to carry around all this emeralds. Redstone dust, put that back in the redstone box. We got some extra glass from this guy. We'll just hold on to that in here for now. I don't want to carry around all this stuff, especially going into a trial chamber. We really don't want anything extra. I'm still running the no armor texture pack, so even though we have our armor on, it doesn't look like I'm wearing it because I like to see my skin, which I think I've said before, but that's why we're like this. For now, that'll be good. We've got our Trial Explorer map, stone, arrows, bow, our gear. We should be good. That should be all we need. We got a bed. Put this stuff back in our ender chest. Alrighty, we've been due for a good adventure. Go grab Birdie and head out. I have no idea how far this is going to be, and we also may not be able to... Maybe we should have made a fence post. Remind me to put this fence post back. We might end up having to tie up Birdie here at some point, so I need to have something that I can tie him to. Well, unfortunately, I think this is going to be too far for our friend Birdie here. We're going to have to bring him back over to Greg's and grab our wings, I think. Unfortunately, we've kind of explored a decent amount of area around here, so I think our trial chamber is going to be really far away. Oh, we got to be careful over here. It's a bit of a drop. I wonder who put this hole here. All right, it was a decent little flight over here. We definitely would have had a hard time getting Birdie all the way over here, but it's not too bad. So like we'll probably hang out for a little while once we get the Breeze Rod farm set up. But I don't think, you know, having to come out here every so often to stock back up on them is going to be too bad. It was like probably 4 rockets I think I used. I glided quite a bit, but of course those things are right under the deepest mountain. You know what? Actually, I bet that lake is close enough. Oh, it's actually, no, look at the map. It's kind of in the water. That's perfect. So that means it won't be too deep. Did we bring, yeah, we brought a bucket of water. I think we'll make a little drop into it. Seems to be the best method. I'm not sure if these maps, like I'm not sure if this map is showing me the center of the trial or if it's like the quote-unquote desired entrance, I'm wondering. So if that is the trial chamber, I think I want to dig like maybe right here just so we don't have to deal with the water. And we'll dig a 4x4 all the way down so that we can kind of drop from here. So when we come back later, put some torches here so we don't lose our little hole. Then we'll just dig a 4x4 all the way down and then drop our bucket of water so that it's safe. Plus, digging a 4x4 like this is kind of the safest way to dig straight down. That way, if there is a giant cavern here, we're not dropping straight into it on accident. But according to this map, the chamber is kind of in this direction, but I think we'll go a decent amount deeper before we start digging out. It seems silly that we aged all that copper and stuff that we never ended up using. And now you can get like a bunch of it from these chambers. All right, an underground wet area. This isn't ideal, but I think we can just kind of fill this in and move on with our lives. I'm not sure if trial chambers have like a normal Y depth, but the couple that I've been in on the Lotus server have been pretty deep. So I don't think they were quite in deep slate, but they were like right at that line for like Y0, the ones that I found. So if we hit deep slate, I think that'll be our little indication that we should dig kind of in the direction of the map. So let's see, what's our map say? This way. So let's take this map and just dig this way a little bit. I don't want to dig too far down and then go right by it either. It's kind of what I'm a little bit concerned about. Oh, Oh my lord. What a nightmare. This is gotta be so, how deep is this? Negative 29. This thing must go all the way to bedrock. All right, for now, let's just, we got dirt, torch, torch. This is our exit hole. When we get this thing cleared out and kind of explored, we can come back and make a better in and out entrance. I dug like down and then over and then down and then over, and I was digging all over the place trying to find this stupid hole. But here it is, a trial chamber. Let's set our spawn first. Make yourself a little safety spot here. Put our bed here. Let's build. Probably should have brought more wood, in hindsight. All right, let's dump everything in here that we don't need or fighting in the chamber. Then we'll grab the blocks that we actually want when we leave. All right, our only objective in here is to get breeze rods. So we're probably just gonna block up any spawner that's not a breeze spawner for now and just kind of save it for later. We'll probably hang out here for a little bit and do maybe like 2 or 3 cycles and just get like a decent little stockpile of breeze charges, because you do go through them pretty quickly. It takes 30 minutes for one of these spawners to kind of spawn more stuff again after you've like defeated all of the monsters that come out of it. So we'll probably hang out here and get like maybe a few stacks of breeze rods, and then we'll kind of move on from there. I know this is a battle room, so first things first, we got a spawner there. Looks like it's zombies, which are especially scary in here because they tend to spawn mostly baby zombies. I think that might be our first breeze one right there, actually. So that's perfect. We'll run over here and block this one real quick. It's going to see us, so we're going to get one spawn cycle. And again, I'm really mostly just worried about getting it blocked off. Then we can just kill these 2 guys, and we're safe. So now that this thing can't see us, that's how the new spawners work. If it can't visibly see you, then it won't spawn anything. So that one's safe now. So we're actually going to block up the breeze spawner because they're a little bit annoying to fight. You know, actually we'll just fight them, and then we'll block it off after and mark it. Because the way I do it is I build like a little shelter around the spawner so that future breezes, the only way they can spawn is to spawn in the little box I build. You'll see in a second here. So breeze charges will actually activate traps. That's why they put these buttons all over the room, so that when the breeze launches their stuff off, it kind of hits the buttons. All right, so this is how I typically kind of spawn up or spawn proof a spawner. So this thing will only spawn mobs if it can see the block that it's spawning on. So typically I give it 3 options. It can spawn here, here, or here. And then in front of that is just a wall. Like that. So now the breezes can spawn here, here, or here. And then we just block this up so that none of the loot or anything kind of spills out, if that makes sense. Then we'll go to this side, do the same thing, block it up. And you got a little spawn chamber. Should have grabbed more blocks. All right, so now they can spawn in here, but they can't get out, and the breeze charge itself doesn't really do much damage. There's really no reason to put like slabs or trapdoors because they can't hit you anyway. So then now when we come back here in the future, we just come up here, kill them as they spawn, grab the breeze rods, and move on with our life. I will put some torches up just so it's easy to find, and let's go block up these skeleton spawners just so that when we do come here in the future, it's not something we really got to worry about. We got a double spawn there. Wasn't my intention to fight this many. That and that. Okay. We'll come back through probably with some ominous potions and fight these things on the harder mode, just to see if maybe we get lucky and get a mace in here. I'd love to have a mace. It's not the most practical weapon, but they're fun to play with. We don't really need... Actually, let's just eat this chicken. We don't need it, but you might as well use it up, right? So we got 11 breeze rods. That's about typical. If you come in here and you've drank an ominous bottle, you'll get like 2 or 3 more spawns out of each spawner. So you can get like half a stack-ish if you come here prepared. That's it for this room. I'm gonna keep searching around and find a few more of these breeze spawners. Whoa, I've never seen a flooded room before. I've done a decent amount of these at this point, like 5 or 6, and I've never seen a room like this that's all flooded like this. So it looks like we got a little bit unlucky and we only got 2 breeze spawners in this trial. It's not ideal, but it's better than none, I guess. The good news is these trial chambers spawn like pretty frequently, so there's probably another one within a few hundred blocks of here. So we just need to get more maps and try to find a couple more, hopefully nearby, that also have some breeze spawners in them. But even with just the 2, if we hang out for a little bit, kill a few runs of them, we can get some breeze rods. I don't think I'm actually gonna hang out now that I'm here for a little longer, but this is gonna be over a stack. We'll save 1. There's no reason to save 1. So we've got a stack and a half of wind charges. That's a decent little chunk. So when we run through these, we'll have to come back here, visit, kill some more breezes. This will be a good reason for us to kind of stretch our legs and use our elytra. I know Birdie's not a fan of us getting the wings on, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. So here's the spawner. And the other one I think is almost exactly opposite of it. So I think if we just run back this way, and we gotta drop down, unfortunately. So it's not the most navigable. Anyway, it's hard to get back and forth, but the other spawners right over here, kind of in this chamber, which we blocked off these spawners too. We also got kind of bad luck. We didn't get any slime spawners, which I was kind of hoping for, to get some easy slime balls. And then it's kind of nice to have the bog skeletons because you can get poison arrows from them, and I just kind of like using the poison arrows. But what should we take back with us? We're gonna need our elytra, our rockets. That's all we can carry. We'll leave our bed and our chest and our crafting table here, and we'll head back to the surface. Put our elytra wings. Actually, you know what? We don't even need our elytra wings because we've got wind charges. So I put all these torches here. Must be where I got in. I jumped right here. So if you haven't really played with these before, wind charges that is, they activate buttons, as I was talking about with the traps. They also open and shut doors. Oh. Like that. And then obviously the most important part is they launch you in the air. And you don't take fall damage either, which is pretty nice. Another little fun thing you can do with these is you can actually kind of wall jump with them. So I can crouch jump, and then if I just keep spamming these up this wall, you can actually get up like a pretty scalable area. Oops. See, that's the most dangerous part right there, is if you go too high, each time, like, so if I do that, no fall damage, right? But if I do that and then I wall jump halfway up, that resets my fall damage to wherever I did it again. So you gotta be really careful when you're doing the wall jump part, but it is technically effective for climbing up a steep cliff, if I can, not suck at it. All right, this one, if I remember right, is quite a bit deeper, so we'll use rockets for here. There it is. Should be pretty easy to find in the future. It's this nice big old lake. Let's head back home and take care of our spoils. Kind of a cool little mound here. You ever played the mod Twilight Forest? There's like a big Hydra boss you can fight, and it always spawned in a big old like dirt mound like that. That's what it reminds me of. I keep noticing this little pointy bit here now that I've got some wings on. Right where we left you, Birdie. We'll go put our wings back up on the shelf and ride back over to the mining colony. It always feels good to come back to the old school world. We got our gate built. We replaced all the lush green grass in our mining colony with the beautiful mud to signify our dirt and rocky colony. We flew over to the trial chamber and got some breeze rods, so now we've got extra mobility. And next episode, we build some serious buildings inside these walls, I think, because it's time to start really filling this place out. My goal is still to have the mining colony complete by episode 20. And we're only 3 episodes away. We've got a lot of building to do between now and then, and I couldn't be more excited for it. Greg, it has been a while since I've had a Greg's brew. What do you say? I think I'll take 2. Yeah, we got the gatehouse built. Yeah, we flew over to the trial chamber, did some stuff. It was pretty cool. What? You want to know when I'm going to move out of the basement? I mean, where am I going to go, Greg? This is where I sleep. Yeah, I am going to build your room. I'm working on it. I've got to get the plans together. It's going to be bigger and badder than ever, right? I mean, I can't just throw something like that together when it's so important. Thanks, Greg. I knew you'd understand. No, I don't have any money for the Greg's brews. If you made it this far in the episode, I appreciate you. Thanks for sticking around. Have a good one.